everyone, and welcome back to MTG Adventures. I know it's been a long time, but now we are back with the one and only deck, is at ELECTRO-END. Lately, the deck had a rough time to be played because a lot of Chalice of the Void in the format. Now it's calming down, so we can play the deck again. This list look quite nice. I did few tests before recording, so I think we can have a shot with this list. And that's basically the old base we have with few changes. So I'm gonna start with the mana base. I changed a little bit of things, so now I'm running just two basic lands, one island, one mountain, because I want to be the most consistent as possible about having the double red for Electro-Luminance on turn 2. After, we are playing this time 3 copies of Fiery Islet. That was a thing I was thinking about since a long time, and I was thinking it will be too painful in terms of lives. But as we, even with 18 lands, we sometimes struggle to have too much lands on the board. This had been relevant for the few games I did with it, so I will still try 3 Fiery Islet. And that's an untapped lands for red and blue. That's quite nice. I'm back to 1 Cascade Bluff because I want to have double color as soon as possible, as I said, but also 1 copy is not a problem except in one case, the case you have just 1 land hand with few cyclers and you can cycle because we just have Cascade Buff. So only 1 is an option, 2 is a nonsense. So never play more than 1 Cascade Bluffs if you want to play 1. 4 Scalding Tar as usual, 4 Spire Canal as usual. We are running 3 Steam Vents also, and 1 MastaHorus because MastaHorus had been relevant since the beginning, and I don't want to get rid of MastaHorus. Definitely, that saved me so much game, so I can just advise you to play 1 copy of this card. That's really useful in this deck. But sometimes, of course, we will have it, tap it, and you don't want it, but most of the time, it's a really useful card. After this, we have the main core of the deck, of course, the combo package with 4 Crashing Footfall, 4 Living Ends, 4 Asphalt Hold, and 4 Electro-Luminance. No way we were gonna change that, so no problem. After, we have the Cyclers pack. So we have 4 copies of Current of the Mystery since the beginning of the creation of the deck. We didn't move from that. Even it's the case for Strip River Winder, 4 copies, and now we are playing 4 copies of Windcall Raven since a moment because flyers had been relevant, and give flying to rhinos or Strip River Winder, for example, is really good in the deck. Sometimes you can just kill your opponent with that. After, you have 2 copies of Street Race. You can go from 2 to 3. If you get a different build, you can go to 4, but if you get 4 Street Race, you can leave alone the burn matchup, of course, but and as we run some Force of Negation, I will talk just after, it's good to have more blue cyclers. So 2 copies of Street Race, still a really good card. And 2 copies of Waker of Waves. Yes, I'm back on Waker of Waves because it had been quite relevant when I was trying it again. I love the card. I was thinking 2 is really too much for the format and the speed of the format. Sometimes it's true, but sometimes the fact that this card is doing pretty much everything. That's a big guy, and giving -1, -0 to opponent's creatures is a nice add to the card, but of course, you cycle, you get a beast in your grave, and you can search for one of your combo piece with the ability of seeing 2 cards with the card. So that's not too bad, and even it's blue for Force of Negation, so I kind of loving it. So we'll try it again. Maybe sometimes I will remove it and put it. So basically, the two Street Race are something we will have always. So the 2 Waker of Waves are the tricky part. If for the moment I like it, but maybe it's something we're gonna change sometimes. I don't know. But okay, so as you can see, we have like 16 cyclers. I love to have this amount of cyclers. It's really good to have cyclers in basic end. And after, for the counters part, we have 4 remand, 4 Force of Negation. That's it. I think no way we're gonna remove those spells from the deck. So that's not removable spots. And finally, we get the True Brazen Borrowers. Oh, I had so much question about Brazen Brewers. For a moment, I was playing two other street race because I wanted to think about, like, okay, even if we have annoying permanents, we're gonna go on game 2 with sideboard. But sometimes I just can't support the fact that I'm just losing because the guy is putting an annoying permanent that we can't deal with, and that's it for the game 1. Sometimes they can do that with cards. Sometimes they have some Chalice main deck nowadays in control decks or some other annoying permanents. So Brazen Borrower is an answer to all permanents that we want to keep because it can save our life in some matchups, for example, against Titan and some stuff like this. Also, if we are stacked, having a 3/1 flying for 3 in flash could be game sometimes. So I kept Brazen Borrower for the moment. After this, we get the sideboard. Sideboard is pretty, as you can see, it's pretty straight built. So we get 3 copies of Alpine Moon, mostly to deal with Tron, to deal with Urza's Saga, to deal with Valakut and Titan. So 1 drop is good for the deck. Blood Moon is usually a most definitive answer, but too slow for the deck. So, and sometimes you don't have the 3 mana, and that's not a problem for the basic plan, but for 8 plan it's a big problem if you get multiple Blood Moon. So Alpine Moon looks fine as far as I saw. After that, you have 3 copies of Prismaric Common. Prismaric Common is doing everything in the deck. You have a lot of annoying artifacts as Hammer Time and stuff like this. The deck is feeding the grave, drawing some cards, killing an opponent on an annoying planeswalker or a creature, just ramping, and of course destroying artifacts at the same time. 3 copies is a must-have. I don't think I'm gonna move from that. After this, we get 3 copies of Chalice of the Void back into the sideboard. Why? Because those days a lot of decks are soft to Chalice on 1. Also, we can have to fight Crashing Footfall decks and Living in Next, and the goal is board Chalice of the Void and resolving our free spell, and after putting the Chalice. I won multiple games by doing these tricks. So I love to have 3 copies these days. We can fight a little bit burn with it, but I'm not gonna lie, this list is not designed to fight burn. So that's one of our only hope. Go with Chalice, but mostly go faster than them. We get 2 copies of Tormod Script because we need it for graveyard deck based, but also we need it to empty opponent's grave at the moment we need it, and it's more and more needed with all the evocation creatures. So it's important to have 2 copies at least. We can search for it with Tolios, which is a nice thing to think about it. Same for Chalice of the Void. Never forget you can search for it with Tolios. And finally, we get 2 counter spells to fight big combo decks, and we also can put it in against opposing control decks. As 2 Mystical Dispute is mostly for the control decks because we got the big blink deck Yorion, and we also get some control decks like Jeskai or blue-white, some stuff like this. And we need to fight those decks are more and more heavy in counter spells, so we struggle a bit to fight them. So I was thinking about 3 Mystical Dispute. It's an option you can go for. But in this session, I will go just for 2. So that's the list. And we're going to try League with the deck. And I see you just right now for match number 1. I also have to mention I will really describe all the decision on the play. Even if I'm doing some bad decision, I will just tell you everything about how I'm playing. So see you for match number 1. I won. So the first game of this video will not be commented live because I just messed up with my shortkey in Streamlab. So I didn't record it properly, the video. But I wanted to share it with you because this match was quite interesting. So we will try to just, I will just try to just comment on my plays, not in direct, but after the game. So that's why we're gonna go for replay games. So this is game number 1. And here we go. So, we mulligan a couple times. And we have a correct hand to begin, like 2 lands, 2 cyclers, We just missed the second red, but we just got it. Opponents playing Amulet Titan, looks like. Abundant Harvest is the play, and they play twice this spell, which is a pretty good one. So of course we're gonna look for a Steam Vents and tapped Cycling. Get a Force of Negation, not too bad, not too good. Remand is pretty good in this matchup. Force is only good against the few non-creature spells. And they're not running a lot. So for this Abundant Harvest, I hesitated, but of course I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna cycle end of turn or keep remand up, and that's it. Now we get Spiral Canal in perfect timing, so we can pass. And if they got potential really annoying spell, we can just play around in Force of Negation if it's not a creature spell. So the Explore is annoying. I choose to force it. I think that's maybe not a bad choice. I forced it through as Foretool because as we get Electro-Dominance, that's not so useful to have both in this particular matchup. Opponent's doing his thing with Amulet of Vigor. He gets it through Urza Saga, and he gets the Titan, but we get a remand, so for the moment, it's fine. We get a remand, we get another land, which is not ideal because we started with 2 lands. We managed to get actually all our land drop, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lands in a row, which is not really good. We get the Electro-Dominance Crashing Footfall, but it's a bit too late because my opponent will get the Titan. And 2 Rhinos is not exactly that efficient against Titan. Depends what we draw right after. Brazen Borrower can tempo the thing, but my opponent's still at 19, so I'm not sure we're gonna get something through that. Giving ace to this guy, allowing us to potentially kill it. He takes Bog to prevent from leaving in. As we don't have it, we don't have to react. If we had it, that was so good, but we did not. Electro-Dominance Rhinos to block the Titan and kill it. For the moment, that's not the worst play, as we get Brazen Borrower after to follow. We probably gonna play here the island to go as foretold, keep Brazen Borrower up. See if we can manage to tempo. Dryad is okay, but transmuting for Vesuva into Valaket just probably bury us. Yeah. Fire Bluff Canal. So we got so much land, and from this point, any land is just killing us. So yes, so they go for the Dryad. We bounced, get multiple triggers of Valaket there. So now we have pretty much no hope because okay, so they got the Titan after this. So that's, oh no, kill the Colossus. That's not the Titan, but it's definitely killing us anyways. So we conceded from the game. We drew so much land in this match. And of course that was not ideal because we had a pretty decent beginning, but the match didn't follow up. So no matter what, so let's see how turns the second game. Unfortunately, you don't have the sideboard plan because the replay doesn't show the sideboard plan. So as you see, we bought in Alpine Moon to prevent from Valakat and potentially other lands. Here we got the Rhinos on turn 2, which is pretty decent. Here we have something we can hesitate about because Urza Saga, we can have just prevent my opponent to get a land, But I think to get early rhinos is more important. So we just go for Electro-Element Crashing Footfall. And we're gonna follow in my own turn to play Alpine Moon, I guess, if I remember well. Oh, we got 2 Alpine Moon, which is pretty good because we will be able to go for Valakut and Urza Saga. So it kills instantly Urza Saga and stops Valakuts. And it just threw 1. So that was pretty nice. Now we're gonna go straight forward with the Rhinos. Grazer's gonna block. They're gonna be at 7. We're gonna cycle. We get other Rhinos, which is pretty much something will bury them. Even if they go for Titan now, which it's the case, looks like. It doesn't save them because I don't know what they can take, so they will try to manage to get many things there. But even if they get a second creature, it's not gonna be enough. They're gonna transmit Alawes for another Summoner's Pact to try to get a big turn next turn, but as we get the Rhinos now, number 2, they can concede immediately. Yeah, so we won these 3 Rhinos, and Alpine Moon was just pretty nice, mostly about Sagas, good against Valakut, but we didn't have to use it because we drew quite nicely. Okay, that's it for this second game. And let's see how turns the last one for this first match. So we got we ain't got the Electro-Element Rhinos yet, but we got the Alpine Moon. We got a Counter Spell, we got a Cycler, and we get the second red, so pretty much pretty good. So we're gonna name Urza Saga to prevent my opponent to get 1 land. That's pretty nice to do here. So Alpine Moon is pretty good in our deck because it doesn't affect that much our tempo and our mana base as Blood Moon could be. And it's really efficient against most of the deck these days. So here we keep Electro-Dominance Rhinos up, also Counterspell. But of course our goal there is going Rhinos, and after for the following turn we have Counterspell up plus we can draw with the Stripper Winder, and we look pretty solid with that. So they're gonna take once. That's something we can understand. So Grazer number 2. That's some land on the board. And now I'm pretty sure they're gonna go probably for the Titan there. And as I get the counter spells up, it's a perfect timing to counter this guy. They get only 2 cards in hand with only 3 lands available. And we know one of these cards is land, so for the moment we quite safe. Both Grazers gonna go. They go down the 9. They put a Dryad. We cycle. No effective answer. No problem. We keep the wind color even. That's the key play of the game. Because in case they do something that can save us, save them. For example, with the Summoner's Pact, for getting, for example, a Titan. And with a Titan, all the Rhinos are blocked. And that's not what we want. Wind color even giving flying to one of the Rhinos is the key piece of this game. It's really important against certain deck when you know they don't have a lot of things to counter flying, and when you have this situation they are really low in lives. Keep Wind color even in hand and don't cycle if you don't have any reason to do it. For the moment I was ahead in the game, so I didn't have any reason to cycle my Wind color even early. And now we're gonna win just because we give flying to Rhinos, and my opponent doesn't know Rhinos can fly. And if you play like is it Electro-End, you should know that Rhinos can fly. Okay? So opponent is a bit blocked about what I'm doing now. Is trying to understand that Rhinos can fly. And that was game. Yeah. No reaction from opponents if I remember. No, okay, so that's the pretty much the end of the game. Okay, so we didn't even had the GG, so that how it ends. With rhinos get flying and we kill the opponents. So that's how turns the first match of this league. So let's see for the second one, which is not in replay, as you will be happy about it, I think. Hi everyone, welcome to another match. So this end 3 lands, 3 cyclers, 1 living in is a quite decent hand. We can keep this. Because with the 3 cyclers and the 3 lands, the odds to draw some ways to play the living in are quite high. The only thing I will fear at this point is just about being discarded to one the living in and have to start the things from scratch. But even if we get discarded, which is not the case apparently, we could have just fight back by drawing a bunch of cards. Force of Negation, Fiery Islet is the play. We are well set it up for a fast living in. Gold Shrine. Swamp, black and white. Dowdy Void Worker. Okay, so Dowdy means we have to cycle before this guy is coming down. And we definitely have to cycle the surgeries first. We draw land. Okay, that's not a good thing. We need a way to play the living end now. That's not the case. Not the case. Oh, wow. Ah, that's Ralph. This one is Ralph. Oh, la la. Ah, wow. Damn, this one is hurting us so bad. Because they're gonna take living in for sure, 100% sure. Okay. So you better... from this point, we gonna cycle now. And now we quite trapped because Dowdy gonna be active. We just hope he attack us. Which it will not do it. Probably not gonna do it. Yes, immediately going for casting one of my creature. And yes, sure. What else? Wow. Please give me an electro-dominance. Ah, sorry. No, I'm betting he's got Chaos Guard in hand. I'm gonna take the force. Ah! For the love of everything in Earth. What the heck is going on now? I I'm looking for if I can do something efficient. I don't know. Got X proof, so I can bounce it. And even I don't have enough mana to go remand my own spell and stuff like this. We just gonna play it tapped, untapped, and see if they're playing any spell that we can remand before attacking us. And no, so we concede. Wow, that was quite unlucky. Crypt coming down because not about a grave 8, just because we definitely need to just avoid having too much annoying creatures in the grave from my opponent. For the moment, I definitely don't know what my opponent's gonna sideboard in. Don't know. I don't even know if I'm boarding that. I get rid of one weaker, one that, one that. Let me get some counter spells. One Prismari. Gonna be a bit of pressure, so I'll go more like this. Is Brazenbrower that good? And cut one. I feel I will take 2 Prismari. Or no, I don't know exactly what is this thing about. We're gonna take like this. I don't know if it's got something. Or maybe not. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna play first. Oh. Hmm. We get some forces, some cyclers, some. Guess that's okay. Still need some ways to play my counter spells. Not counter spells, sorry, my free spells. Let's calm down a little bit because I must say I was a bit triggered by the last game. Probably gonna be discarded. Fine. It takes my Strip River Winder. Okay. He is not playing any Loris there. So he's playing Mardu. What the heck Mardu is playing now? We got the Electro-Dominance, and so we are not stuck in a bad position now. Rhinos wool looks like okay. Rack is saying interact enter the battlefield if it was kicked. Oh, let's get 2 card random. Okay. Okay, so let's go. For some rhinos. Or Strip with a Winder will do the job, maybe. Rhinos or Strip with a Winder? One thing for sure, we're doing that. And now, I know if we do. Okay, so okay, I made a mistake because if I wanted to living in, I have to let resolve to rack first, of course, and response with the Electro-Dominance in response to the trigger. But we go rhinos. Perfect. Maybe he's gonna kill one, but I don't care. Now I'm so loud on counter spells. Rest in peace. I can take that, I guess. Don't care that much. Okay, nice. All is about what he gets in hand. This rhino is kind of my life. Okay, no, definitely not. Nice. So we got this game, I guess. With 3 force of negation, 1 remand, I guess we got this game. I'm gonna play again this guy. We're gonna remand it again. Bye bye. Attacking. And you did. Yeah. Okay. So I don't think it runs any artifacts to counter us. So let's go get rid of that. Brazen Borrower is back. And to be honest, 1 crypt could be efficient, but do I prefer like 1 cycler or something? Let's get 1 street race back. Or 1 dispute because it looks really soft to counter spells. No, let's go like this. That's a good hand. If we are not, will be not discarded in 1, but we will. Still gonna keep. Discard, yeah, as usually. Take as foretold. Sure. Fire bluff pass. Will we have a turn 2 piece of 8? No. Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge Mystic is not that annoying. Cadra complete, I guess. Yeah. So finding a way to cast our living end will be something needed. Next turn, because they will play Cadra complete this turn, and I just hope for no discard. Yes, sure. It's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt, dude. Three draws to find our thing. 3 draws. First one. No. Second one. No. Third one. No. That has Photo been so sweet. I'm not gonna cycle the wind color even now because unfortunately if he goes for something too annoying, I have the force of negation up. Now in the end of the turn we can do it. The only unfortunate thing would be if they go for Chaos Guile. And they go now. Let's go, let's go. Find something. Finally. Ah! But we... Okay. Another one. So now they can do nothing. Like no Chaos Guile. So going for it now looks pretty safe. In case we need to force of negation in emergency, we can cycle the fiery Eslet, and looks like opponent conceded to this. So, whoo, we had some rough time in this match. I don't know what my opponent got, but this straightforward going for the kill a strategy didn't pay off. We drew so much card, I was so confused. We didn't drew the Electro-End before, but when we drew it, decided to activate the Stone Forge. No fear from Chaos Guile. I think now it's okay. Let's draw a card, see if we get some blue. No, we ain't get some blue for the Force of Negation. And after we drew so much lands. Wow, 3 lands in a row. So, okay. But we won. So that was an Electro-End match. See you for the next one. And another match is starting, and this end looks pretty reasonable with 2 ways to cast free spells, 2 draws, 3 lands. So we just need to draw a free spell and we're gonna be okay. So we're gonna keep the 7. Of course, we had preferred to get like one more cyclers or one other cards, but that's already good. So Fluid Strand usually means control matchup. So Force of Negation is a really good thing to have in this kind of match. I'm gonna play Scarlington first because I don't think I fear early pressure. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my first feeling. And as I get Cascade Bluff, if I have to cast Electrodominance on turn 2, even if I go for a single island, I will be able to. So that's pretty nice. And as I don't want to grow too much lands, so I always play Scaling Tarn to just, well, it's definitely a controlled matchup. Okay, so but with this Cascade Bluff, I guess going for a single island is fine. As we get this particular situation. So now all is about what we're gonna draw. Oh, 3 Asphaltal is pretty too much. But it's good to be pitched on Force of Negation, but we of course we wanted to draw something else, I guess. But my face is perfectly fine. If we can get a Rhinos fast or a Living End fast, it will be so cool with the Force of Negation. We definitely need to... What? Oh, I don't know why my opponent conceded. They said no ways to interact, but man, that's a bit too soon to concede either. Okay, let's go for that. So what are we gonna do? Get rid of one as foretold. Get rid of the street race. And one Waker of Wave to get our counterspells back. But maybe Chalice will be played. But we get the Brazen Borrower to deal with it. But it's just a one-turn thing. I think I get rid of this last Waker of Waves and just put one Prismari command in. Let's put two, or like this and playing 61. It's a possibility. We're gonna deal with that. We'll see if what it's gonna happen. Problem is, in that kind of Magic game, opponent always think he knows what we are playing. So I think he was thinking about like just cascade early turn, then that's it. But he doesn't know what we are playing. He should have checked before. So 4 lands, 1 counter spell, 1 cycles, 1 crashing. I don't like to mulligan against control decks. As we are on a draw, I'm gonna keep that. Even if it's a bit slow, but control decks are slow too. But I'm not advising you to. This one is not a 100% keep. That's just. I mean, I'm fearing to go down. Oh wow, that's bad. I fear to go down to 6, and just after having no lands and after just getting rid of this game, instead of having this end, which is not amazing but still playable. Consider, okay. Okay, fine. Second one. Okay, you wanted 8 so fast, I guess, but I think it's strictly a winner. We got, and that's Foretold. Foretold is not that huge in this matchup, unfortunately. We play another Scalding Tarn because we still doesn't want to have trouble with to be honest, if next turn is Teferi time, it would be so good. I don't know if they're running Teferi, but I didn't saw any white, I just saw blue and red. Maybe Blood Moon? Nope. Yeah, so okay. We go for this and we have nothing else to do, I guess. Oh, ice. Can I fine. Fine. Let's go like this and pass the turn. Looks like it's just red, like blue moon something. Murktide Regent. If he ain't got okay, so um let's remand that. Oh wow. I was thinking about one mana spell something. Electro-Dominance pretty good. Let's just go for it. Now we can potentially get forced, but I think it's worth it. If we ain't get forced or something. Oh, we flew to storm us. Okay. Oh, we can do nothing against. Oh, we no 1, 2. Okay, so we can't. We need 3 mana actually. Even if we just get 1, that's okay. That's not a problem. We're gonna be patient. Let's play firing. I think as foretold, time is not this turn, it's gonna be next turn. Arc Typhon? No, Archmar's Charm. If the dispute is going, is we working? Yeah, the dispute is working. Fine. Fertile regions. Okay, we're gonna bounce it. And probably remain the answer. Creative. Counterspell. Okay, fine. At some point we need something. Let's go for Asphodel. Okay, there we go. So now we're gonna see if they get something to interact. They're gonna sacrifice the firing, I guess. Nope. Nope. 3 cards in hand for each of us. 2 for them. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I was expecting that. Getting us for 5, that's for sure. Counter. Another Asphodel is not definitely not what we want. Okay, main phasing. Smart command by draw to cause got 2 card, and we create a treasure. Discard this, discard that. Cast Living In. Probably gonna get countered. Snapcaster is fine. Cast Counter Spell. Okay, da da da. Counter. And Do you get a 1 mana counter? So that's nice. Okay, so 2 cards in hand. We got Force of Negation up. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but for the moment we are ahead. No, concession. Yes, pretty nice counter battle and pretty fast win against this control deck. I'm quite happy about it, to be honest. I was pretty nice. So Prismatic Command is so cool to draw 2 cards and make the advantage. So that was not a match winning. Okay, one actually. So see you for another one. And hi again, everyone. Another match with is it ELECTRO-END. Okay, so apparently it's against Blink. That's a decent hand, to be honest. On the play, especially. If it wasn't against Blink, it would have been like so good if we can just be sure to go on turn 3. But Blink is always giving us some trouble casting our thing and stuff. The only hope we have is the deck is definitely not constant. Because they got 80 cards. Giver of Rune, that's not a problem. People Winder. You get Rhinos to follow. Oh, this one is cool. Play that and tap, because if we draw another Cyclers, it's all for us. The problem against this deck is the creatures they can evoke. That's perfectly okay. So that looks like it's not exactly the one I was expected. Because I don't know, not looking likes. Okay, so we're gonna go for Asphalt Wood now. Resolves, Living End. Maybe they're gonna go for a Solitude. No, no Solitude. A lot of Force of Negation up. That Yorion in Texas? Was a deck back in the day I saw sometimes. Why they didn't do it? That's weird, but they're gonna blink it, I assume. Hope for them. No, still not gonna blink it. That's not really good. Oh wow, that's huge. Hmm. What do you think? We keep the surprise for later, right? Yes, I guess we keep the surprise. They took Yorion in hand. Okay. Yep. Concession from opponents with the Rhino surprise. Okay. Okay, looks like kind of tax. It's mono white like taxes. Okay, so it's just changing the way we approach the matchup, and also the fact that we don't really know what my opponents can do. So it's gonna be probably a lot of creatures, but in sideboard they're gonna go for some 8 pieces, I guess. I don't have any more Anger of the God in my deck. That's life. Let's get rid of the street race because the pressure could be early, and let's put two Prismari command in case we need to kill some annoying creature or something like this. On the play, I will put the counter spells probably, but I will get rid of one force and go for one counter spell and go like this. See if we can do something. As they're playing white, I'm expecting multiple piece of 8. No lands, so no question we mulligan this. One land hand with 2 cyclers to... It's been a long time I didn't have. So what we get rid of? Probably a remand. That's risky. We're gonna mulligan it. Okay. That's kind of worst. Oh, 5. Getting rid of this. And this one. Should have kept the last one. The first one, maybe. I'm used to, especially on the draw, that was a mistake. I should have kept the first one. With the one land hand and 2 cyclers. On the draw, that would have been better. I'm sorry. Okay, it's percentile, so that's definitely taxes. Against this deck, I will have be so happy to get the anger of the gods, I guess. Unforge? No, London Arbitrator. Frightening, frightening. Kind of frightening. Land? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, if they destroy our land, we concede it. So it's sacrifice. Yeah, okay, so Titan basically. So oh no. Alia. They probably have no other lands. Ah! Flying to this guy. Yes. But if they got a land, that's ending our dream. Land game. Okay. Probably game. No, rest in peace. Oh. At the same time, that's of course bad for us. But I think if they destroyed our land, it would have been bad, worst. Because now if we can cast rhinos, it's not the case actually, but it will be. I hope. Because the pressure is not that big from my opponent. I can pay for the land arbitrator. Okay, so another one is annoying. Can I remand this guy? Or would I would just want to wake her? I think I'm gonna remand this guy. Ah, it's using. Maybe not. Thanks to Talia, it's using 3. No, I'm just gonna wake her. I'm taking it. Oh wow, that's bad. Still taking it. No way we're gonna win this. Okay, so another force. So that's useless. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do we have any way to deal with that? The answer is no, so we concede. Okay. So force number 4. Is that needed? I think it's okay like this, and I think it's completely okay like this. On the draw, and even put the second counter spell. Uh, on the play, I guess, not on the draw. So can we have a decent hand? 1-1 for the moment in this match. Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. So we're gonna keep that. The tempo is pretty good. We're getting to 5 cards. And they kept the 5. We put Scaldington first because we don't want to have trouble with Leonid Arbiter. 1 is personal, I don't care about it. Practice. Steam Vents. Untapped. Cycling. Okay. Playing Scalding Torrent. Free spell. We need you. Probably gonna remand or double cycling, so. The opponent can cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Uh, that's perfect. I don't have any problem with that. He doesn't get definitely what my deck is doing, I guess. So we try to preserve our life total by searching for an island. Cycling Curado Mysteries, Cycling Curado Mysteries, getting as foretold, and we got the living end. Fiery Islet looks perfect. You get 3 cards in hand. I think I'm gonna do this at the upkeep. And we are not gonna pay 1 more because we definitely want to pay for the S-Person, you know? We cast the living end. With 2 white, what the hell, they can answer. Yeah, fine. And if we pass this turn, we will be really good, I guess. Concession from the game from my opponent. Yes, definitely we got it. So we got the match. Not a very difficult one. It could have been, to be honest, but we had the right hand at the third game, and we managed to play the way we should. So no problem. And this card is a miss sideboarded from my opponent because I'm not playing anywhere from my hands. So because Electrodominance is allowing you to play from your hands and as photo as well. So that's just about Cascade, and we're not playing Cascade. So that's it for this match. See you. Hey, this is the fifth match of the league, and as you can see, I had the same issue as the first one. So we're gonna comment that match in replay. Let's start by game one. And here we go. So we are gonna play in this game one. The end we kept is reasonable, not the best one, but remain on turn 2 on the play is pretty good as we get cycles too. Opponents playing a polluted delta. So we get a bunch of cyclers, and for the moment we feel pretty safe. Mishra's bubble, so looks like Grix's shadow. But what is strange is they're not playing Laris. So we do our cycling things, didn't found anything really useful. We get us Fortal in hand, but we managed to not playing it because we expect something. So we play Brazen Borrower in the turn because for the moment we think we're playing against kind of just Murktide Region deck or something. Okay, so only it. Okay, so now we got Electrodominance and we get the Remand, so potentially we can do something, but I choose to not going in my opponent upkeep and going for the end step because we get the Remand anyway, and I don't see any counter spell in. Yeah, so I think that was a mistake not doing it in upkeep because they can have double counterspell all the way. If I did it in upkeep, they have one less land and it was impossible to get double counterspell. So the right play was to do it in upkeep, I guess. So on our rhinos. Oh, forgive me. The only thing I forgot is I choose to with the electrodoments to go for the rhinos, expecting to be double countered and able to do Asphaltal living in my own turn. What happened is my opponent didn't counter the rhinos, so my plan changed. Of course, they go Murktide, we remained. If they don't have anything to kill the rhinos, looks like the case, they can do nothing. So the plan was basically to go for betting with the Electro-Dominance rhinos, get countered, because, and after, in my own turn, go Asphaltal living in and get the game. But we didn't need that. Okay, so let's go for the game number 2. Opponent starts with the relic and take the force of negation, which is pretty annoying. Expressive iteration, we can cycle with no problem. So yes, we forced the relic. Sorry, it's going a little bit fast. They go Genuine Explosive, quite annoying considering that we have 2 Crashing Footfalls. Counter spell not bad, but we need some way to play all those free spells. Against Engineer Explosives, the plan is going, if we can go for the rhinos, if we have to go for the rhinos, we just wait to play one after another. Here we keep counterspell up, we're still digging for something. Relic of Progan, it's gonna get countered, but they get a counter back, so they get the relic, so no more plan for leaving in now. At least for the moment. Here, the problem with the Windfall Raven is we can cycle it. Sorry, but we can also keep it And that's the choice I made, I guess. Keep it for a potential living end after, but I may regret that decision. I should have just cycling it, because we were such in a bad position there. We remain the Murktide, but we get countered. So we just hope next turn we can get a way to play that living end, but we didn't got it. We could have cycling the wind color even earlier to potentially draw an Electro-Dominance before my opponent's untapped. So I could have done that in my last turn. Yeah, that's so different to come into the game. Whereas when I just come into the game when I'm playing it, we don't see exactly the same thing. Electro-Dominate's pretty good. So we're probably gonna go for a leave again. They're gonna crack the relic, but the fact they're not cracking the relic and they get the counterspell, just ending this game. And let's go for the game number 3 of this 5th match of this league. Okay, so we get Chalice on turn 2, which is pretty good against this deck. On the play, we have multiple counterspells. I was thinking that, okay, we got something there. Okay, they get the Relic of Progenitus, which is unfortunate because it's a 1-drop. We can't counter with Chalice, but as they play something first turn, we are sure to cast the Chalice. Not really bad. We bought it in some Prismari comments, so we can potentially kill this Relic of Progenitus, but what I didn't expect it is this Engineer Explosive is killing Chalice of the Void too. So that's pretty unfortunate. And we didn't get the land we needed. We get a living end, but the problem is they got Relic, and so we're gonna cast the Asphotal to get some advantage on the game. Consider means like they don't have the counter spell. Maybe they just found it. Yes, they found the spell Pierce. And if Chalice was there, they can't even play with one of those two spells. So this Engineering Explosives was pretty much game, because we bet a lot on this Chalice in turn 2. As foretold, played. Did they have a counter? Yes, they did. We got the Mystical Dispute, so we can do the living end because my opponent was completely tapped. Problem is Murktide 8/8 and Ragavan is a bit too much for us. And we get only some counter spells there, and we're gonna try to remain there to get another land, which is definitely not what we want. We're just gonna kill Ragavan because we don't want my opponent to get some advantage from it. So drawing a living end after could be key, but now we got in troubles because we are drawing so much lands and they kill our guy. They get 8. They probably didn't kept the bolts in, but if we don't draw anything to kill that, and that's not the case, we got an Electro-Dominance phase just to say to my opponent, we are losing, and that's how we lost this 5th match of this league. It could have been a clean 5-0, but we couldn't face that Murktide deck. So that was, I think that was not Grixis, that was just Murktide, because they just got pulled Delta from to have an extra fetch land. So that was definitely Murktide. So we finished that league 4-1, which is a pretty good results for this list I worked on. And I think we're gonna do more leagues and more videos about Electro-End lately, as soon. Sorry, sometimes I'm just messed up in my words. Sorry. We're gonna do more videos soon. So that was MTG Adventures. I hope you enjoyed that video, and see you for another video on this channel about Modern.